the winter cabin that was already warm. The path through quiet snow. The path moves gently forward, covered in a soft layer of snow that seems to absorb every sound. Each step feels steady and unhurried, as if the ground itself is supporting you, guiding you without effort. The snow is clean and undisturbed, not cold in a sharp way, but calm and still, like a blanket laid out carefully. The air is cool, yet kind. It rests on your skin without biting, without asking anything from you. Your breath moves slowly, naturally, forming faint clouds that drift away on their own. There is no wind pushing against you. Nothing rushes past. Everything feels settled. Around you, the landscape is quiet. Trees stand at a comfortable distance, their branches holding snow patiently. There is no sense of being watched, no hidden movement, just space, open and safe, stretching out in every direction. As you walk, your body begins to adjust. Muscles soften without instruction. Shoulders lower slightly, as if they have remembered how to rest. The rhythm of your steps becomes smooth and even, each one landing exactly where it needs to. There is no destination you need to think about. The path exists simply to be walked, and you are already doing that perfectly. Time does not press in from behind or pull you forward. It feels wide here, generous, allowing each moment to unfold at its own pace. The snow beneath your feet muffles everything else. Thoughts that once felt loud seem to fade into the background, becoming distant and less important. What remains is the simple sensation of moving forward, supported by the quiet world around you. And as the path continues, steady and calm, there is a growing sense that something warm lies ahead. Not urgently, not dramatically, just patiently waiting exactly when you arrive. The cabin, appearing without surprise. The path continues for a while longer, gently curving as the snow grows slightly deeper at the edges. Then, without any sudden change or announcement, the cabin is simply there. It doesn't emerge dramatically or stand out against the landscape. It feels as though it has always belonged in this place, resting quietly among the trees. The wood of its walls looks weathered in a comforting way, softened by time rather than worn down by it. Snow rests on the roof evenly, as if it has settled there with care. A soft, steady light glows from the windows. Not bright, not attention-seeking, just enough to let you know that warmth exists inside. The light doesn't flicker or move. It holds its shape calmly, offering reassurance without urgency. As you notice the cabin, your pace naturally slows. There is no need to hurry now. The space around the cabin feels calm and open, as though it welcomes pauses, quiet moments, and unspoken relief. The ground near the entrance is firm and reliable beneath your feet. There is no sense of arrival being evaluated, no moment where you wonder if you belong here. The cabin makes no demands, asks no questions. It stands as a simple fact, solid and dependable, waiting without expectation. The air here feels slightly warmer, or perhaps your body is simply responding to the sight of shelter. Your breathing remains slow and even, your attention resting gently on the steady shape in front of you. Nothing about the cabin feels unfamiliar or uncertain. It doesn't need explaining. It doesn't need approval. It exists in quiet readiness, as if it has been prepared for this exact moment, without ever being told when you would come. And as you stand there for a moment, surrounded by snow and stillness, there is a calm understanding that you have arrived exactly where you are meant to be. Thus the door that opens easily. The door of the cabin stands closed, simple and unadorned, its surface smooth beneath a light dusting of snow. There is nothing imposing about it. No heavy locks, no signs or symbols, just a door quietly doing its job. As you reach for the handle, your movement feels natural and unforced. Your hand rests against the wood, which is cool but not cold. The handle fits comfortably in your grip, familiar in a way that doesn't require explanation. When you turn it, the door opens easily. There is no resistance, no sound of strain or effort. It moves as though it has been waiting to be opened, swinging inward with a soft, reassuring motion. The hinges make no noise, and the moment feels smooth and uninterrupted. Warm air greets you immediately. It moves outward gently, wrapping around your hands and face, carrying with it a sense of calm. The contrast between the quiet cold outside and the steady warmth inside is subtle, not jarring. Your body recognizes it instantly, responding before thought has time to form. You step inside without hesitation. The floor beneath your feet feels solid and welcoming. The space holds you comfortably, as if it has been measured exactly for rest and ease. There is no threshold to cross mentally, no adjustment required. Behind you, the door closes just as quietly as it opened. The sound is soft, final in the best way, sealing out the cold without cutting you off from anything important. Outside becomes distant, safely contained beyond the walls. Inside the cabin, the air is calm and still. It carries no sharp smells, no heavy weight, just a gentle warmth that settles around you, inviting your body to slow down and let go. There is no need to look around yet. Simply being here is enough. The cabin holds its quiet presence, steady and reliable, offering shelter without expectation. And as you stand there, warmth surrounding you on all sides, there is a deepening sense that you don't need to do anything else right now. You are already inside, already safe. Already in the air. The warmth inside the cabin is immediate and even, not rising from a single source, but filling the space gently, as if it has always been there. It doesn't rush toward you or demand attention. It simply exists, steady and reliable. Your body notices before your mind does. A subtle easing moves through your chest, and your breathing deepens without instruction. The cold that lingered at the edges of your skin begins to fade, replaced by a comfortable sense of balance. The air feels clean and calm. There is no heaviness, no sharp contrast. It carries a faint, familiar scent of wood and something softly comforting, like a place that has been lived in with care. Each breath feels smooth as it enters and leaves, unhurried and quiet. You remain still for a moment, allowing the warmth to do its work. There is nothing to adjust, nothing to check. The temperature feels exactly right, as though it has been set with you in mind, without needing to be changed. Your shoulders relax further, settling into a natural position. The small muscles in your face soften. Even your hands, which may have held a trace of tension from the walk, begin to loosen and rest comfortably at your sides. The cabin itself seems to hold the warmth evenly. Corners, walls, and open space all feel the same, consistent and reassuring. There are no drafts, no unexpected shifts. Everything feels contained and secure. Time stretches quietly here. Moments pass without urgency, allowing you to stand and simply be present. There is no expectation to move deeper into the room or begin any task. The warmth supports you exactly where you are. And as it continues to surround you, gently and patiently, there is a growing sense that this place is not asking anything of you. It is simply offering comfort, and you are free to accept it in your own time. Is the fire burning? Steadily. The fire is already burning in the hearth, its presence calm and settled, as if it has been keeping watch for some time. The flames rise and fall slowly, never flaring too high, never fading too low. They move with a quiet confidence, steady and contained. The light from the fire spreads gently across the room. It does not create sharp shadows or sudden changes. Instead, it softens the space, rounding edges and warming the wood of the walls. Everything it touches seems to slow down, becoming more at ease. You don't feel the need to tend to it. The fire doesn't ask for attention or care. It burns on its own, comfortable in its rhythm, offering warmth without requiring effort in return. There is nothing to adjust, nothing to improve. As you watch it for a moment, your gaze naturally relaxes. Your eyes follow the slow movement of the flames without focus, allowing thoughts to drift further into the background. The steady glow becomes a point of rest, something reliable and unchanging. The warmth from the fire reaches you gradually. It settles across your legs and chest in a gentle way, adding to the already comfortable air of the cabin. There is no rush, no sudden wave of heat, just a quiet layering of comfort. The sound of the fire is soft and predictable, a low, occasional movement of wood, never sharp or loud. It blends easily with the silence, becoming part of the cabin's calm rhythm rather than interrupting it. Standing there, with the fire burning steadily nearby, your body begins to feel heavier in a pleasant way, grounded, supported, ready to slow even more. Nothing about this moment needs to be remembered or held on to. The fire will continue just as it is, whether you watch it or not. And knowing that allows you to let go a little further, resting comfortably within the steady warmth of the room. The removing winter layers. Slowly, you begin to remove your winter layers, not out of necessity, but because your body naturally knows it is time. Each movement is unhurried, guided by comfort rather than habit. There is no cold waiting beneath the fabric, only the steady warmth of the cabin supporting you. As you loosen your coat, the weight shifts gently from your shoulders. It feels like setting something down that has done its job well and can now rest. Your arms move freely, and the motion feels smooth, almost familiar, as though you have done this here before. The scarf comes away next, soft and quiet in your hands. There is no rush to fold it or place it anywhere particular. You simply set it aside, trusting that it belongs here now. The air touches your skin lightly, calm and reassuring. With each layer removed, your breathing settles deeper. Your chest rises and falls evenly without effort. The cabin holds the warmth for you, allowing your body to adjust at its own pace. Nothing pulls your attention away from the simple ease of the moment. Your hands move slowly, naturally finding the next button, the next sleeve. There is no fumbling, no distraction. The act itself becomes a quiet rhythm, grounding and gentle. When the last layer is set down, your body feels lighter, not exposed, not vulnerable, just comfortable. The muscles along your back soften further, and your stance becomes more relaxed, balanced easily on the solid floor beneath you. There is no expectation to continue on right away. You are free to pause here, standing in the warmth, fully settled. The cabin remains calm around you, accepting everything you have brought inside and everything you have left behind. And as you rest in this moment, with winter safely outside and comfort fully within reach, there is a clear sense that you are exactly where you need to be. Nothing more required, nothing left to do. For the table, with something warm, waiting. A small wooden table stands nearby, its surface smooth and uncluttered. It feels sturdy and familiar, placed there without ceremony. On it, something warm waits quietly, as though it has been there for a while, never in danger of cooling too quickly. As you approach, the warmth rises gently, carrying a soft, comforting presence. It is not strong or overwhelming. It simply adds another layer to the sense of care that fills the room. The steam lifts slowly, dissolving into the calm air. You don't feel rushed to reach for it. There is no sense of it needing attention right away. The cabin seems to hold time still enough that everything can happen when it feels right. When you finally take it into your hands, the warmth settles comfortably against your palms. Your fingers curl naturally around the cup or bowl, finding an easy position. The heat is steady, reassuring, never too hot, never uncertain. You bring it closer, allowing the quiet warmth to move upward, easing your breathing even further. The simple act feels grounding, anchoring you in the present moment without effort or thought. As you take a slow sip, the warmth moves through you gently. It spreads in an unhurried way, softening your chest and easing down into your body. There is no sharp flavor, nothing to analyze. Just a mild, familiar comfort that feels exactly right. You rest the vessel back on the table, knowing it will still be there if you want more. Nothing disappears here. Nothing is taken away. The cabin provides without conditions. Standing there, warmth in your hands and calm all around, you feel a subtle sense of being looked after. not in a way that draws attention, but in a quiet, dependable way that allows you to relax completely. And as you remain there for a moment longer, the room continues to hold you gently, inviting you to settle even deeper into its steady, unspoken care. Above the chair, near the fire, near the hearth, a simple chair waits, positioned just close enough to the fire to feel its warmth without needing to lean forward. It doesn't stand out or call for attention. It simply belongs there, as though it has always been placed for comfort rather than use. As you move toward it, your body naturally adjusts its pace. There is no urgency in sitting down. The floor beneath your feet remains steady and supportive, each step easy and predictable. When you lower yourself into the chair, it receives you without resistance. The seat feels balanced and secure, offering support exactly where it's needed. Your weight settles evenly, and your body responds with a quiet release, muscles easing as they find rest. The warmth from the fire reaches you more fully here. It spreads across your legs and back in a gentle, consistent way, never shifting or surprising you. The chair seems to hold you in the right position without asking you to adjust or search for comfort. Your arms rest easily, hands relaxed and still. There is no tension left in your shoulders. They drop into a natural alignment, allowing your chest to open and your breathing to slow even further. From this place, the firelight feels especially calm. It flickers softly within your field of view, not demanding focus, simply offering a steady point of warmth and light. Your eyes can drift without settling anywhere in particular. Time continues to move quietly around you. Moments pass without being counted, without needing recognition. The chair, the fire, and the warmth all work together to create a sense of being held in place, gently and securely. And as you sit there, supported and at ease, there is a growing sense that nothing else needs to happen right now. This moment is complete, whole in itself, allowing you to rest exactly as you are. For the window and the snow. Outside. From the chair, the window comes gently into view. It frames the world outside without pulling you toward it. Snow continues to fall, quiet and unhurried, each flake drifting downward as if it has all the time it needs. The glass between you and the night feels solid and reassuring. It holds the cold at a comfortable distance, allowing you to observe without feeling exposed. The difference between inside and outside is clear, and it feels right that way. The snow gathers softly along the edges of the window, settling without sound. There is no wind pressing against the glass, no sudden movement. The night remains calm, content to stay outside while warmth stays with you. As you watch, your attention rests lightly on the steady downward motion. Your eyes follow it for a moment, then drift away, then return again without effort. There is nothing to track, nothing to anticipate. Each flake moves independently, yet the scene remains gentle and consistent. Inside, the fire continues its quiet rhythm. Its glow reflects faintly in the glass, creating a soft blend of light and shadow. The two worlds remain separate but connected, each holding its own calm. Your breathing stays slow and even. There is no change in your body as you look out, only a deepening sense of safety. The snow outside does not bring cold into the room. It simply exists, peaceful and distant. The window does not invite you to step closer or move away. It allows you to remain exactly where you are, comfortable and still. The outside world continues on its own while you rest inside, supported and warm. And as the snow keeps falling quietly beyond the glass, there is a gentle understanding that you don't need to watch it for long. It will continue whether you notice it or not, allowing you to relax further, knowing that everything beyond these walls is calm and contained. The quiet sounds of the cabin. As your attention drifts back inside, the sounds of the cabin begin to settle gently into awareness. They are subtle and steady, never breaking the calm, never asking to be noticed. Each one feels like part of a quiet agreement to keep the space peaceful and predictable. The fire offers a soft, occasional movement. Not a crackle that startles, but a low, steady sound that blends easily into the stillness. It rises and fades naturally, like a slow breath that the cabin takes on its own. The wooden walls hold a quiet presence. Now and then, there is the faintest sound of warmth moving through them, a gentle shift that feels reassuring rather than distracting. The cabin feels alive in a calm, supportive way, aware of itself and content. There are no sharp noises here, nothing sudden, nothing unfamiliar. The sounds remain consistent, forming a gentle background that supports rest rather than interrupting it. Your body responds without effort. Your breathing continues to slow, matching the easy rhythm around you. Each exhale feels slightly longer, slightly softer, as if the space itself is encouraging you to let go. The quiet is not empty. It feels full and complete, holding the warmth, the light, and the steady presence of the cabin together. There is nothing missing, nothing waiting to happen. As you sit there, surrounded by these gentle sounds, your awareness begins to soften. You don't need to listen closely. The cabin will keep its rhythm whether you pay attention or not. And with that understanding, it becomes easier to rest within the quiet, allowing it to carry you forward, deeper into comfort, without asking you to do anything at all. The time passing without notice. As you remain in the chair, something gentle begins to happen to your sense of time. It doesn't stop or slow in a noticeable way. It simply loosens its grip, becoming less important, less defined. Moments pass without being counted. There is no clear beginning or end to them. One blends softly into the next, like snow settling layer by layer outside the window. Nothing marks their passage, and nothing needs to. Your body rests comfortably within this openness. There is no signal telling you to move, no internal reminder urging you forward. The warmth of the fire, the steadiness of the chair, and the calm of the room create a quiet pause where time feels wide and forgiving. Thoughts, if they appear, drift through gently. They don't stay long enough to form a pattern. They move like distant clouds, passing without pulling your attention along with them. You don't need to follow them or push them away. The light in the room remains constant. It doesn't shift dramatically or fade too quickly. It simply holds its soft glow, allowing your eyes to rest without strain. Your gaze can wander or remain still, both feeling equally comfortable. Breathing becomes something you no longer need to notice. It continues on its own, steady and unforced, as if it has remembered how to care for itself without guidance. In this space, doing nothing feels natural. There is no sense of waiting for the next part of the day or wondering what comes after. The present moment feels complete, holding everything you need. And as time continues to pass quietly, without asking for your attention, you are free to sink further into rest, supported by the steady, unchanging comfort of the cabin around you. Like exploring the cabin, gently. After a while, movement returns in the simplest way, not from thought or decision, but from a quiet readiness in your body. When you stand, it feels easy, natural, as though the floor is guiding you upward with calm support. The cabin opens itself slowly as you begin to explore. There is no sense of discovering anything new or surprising. Each space feels familiar before you fully see it, as if the rooms have already introduced themselves. You move at an unhurried pace. Your steps are soft, steady, and balanced. The wooden floor responds gently beneath your feet, holding your weight without sound or complaint. The walls feel close enough to be comforting, yet never confining. They create a sense of shelter, of being held within a defined and peaceful space. Nothing echoes here. Every sound remains contained, absorbed into the quiet. As you pass through the rooms, you notice their simplicity. Each one has exactly what it needs and nothing more. There is no clutter, no distraction, no demand for attention. Everything seems placed with care, meant to support rest rather than activity. Your hands brush lightly against a table edge, a door frame, the back of a chair. Each surface feels smooth and warm, worn gently by time. The cabin carries the calm of something that has been used thoughtfully, without haste. There is no order to your exploration. You don't need to remember where you have been or plan where you will go next. Each step feels complete on its own, guiding you naturally through the space. And as you move quietly through the cabin, a deeper sense of ease settles in. This place does not require understanding or attention. It simply allows you to be here, moving gently, supported by its steady and welcoming presence. The bedroom, already prepared. The bedroom reveals itself without ceremony, tucked quietly within the cabin, as though it has always been waiting. The door opens easily, and the space beyond feels calm and settled, untouched by urgency or noise. The bed stands ready, simple and inviting. The blankets are arranged neatly, not tight or formal, but relaxed, as if they have already learned the shape of rest. The pillows look soft and familiar, resting naturally where they belong. The air here feels slightly different, still warm, but gentler, quieter, as though this room holds an even deeper level of calm. Each breath feels lighter, more open, inviting your body to slow further. You notice the way the room seems to hold stillness carefully. There are no harsh angles, no sharp contrasts. The light is soft and even, allowing your eyes to rest without searching for detail. The bed does not ask you to lie down yet. It waits patiently, offering itself without expectation. There is no pressure to end the day or begin sleep. Everything here feels ready whenever you are. Nearby, simple furnishings remain quietly in place. Nothing draws focus. Nothing interrupts the sense of ease. The room exists for one purpose only, to support rest in the most natural way. As you stand there, your body responds subtly. Your shoulders ease lower. Your jaw relaxes. Even your posture shifts slightly, as though your body recognizes this as a place where it can finally let go. There is no need to prepare the room further. It has already been prepared for you. And knowing that allows you to pause, breathe easily, and trust that when you are ready to rest, everything will be waiting just as it is now. Objects that feel familiar. As you remain in the bedroom, small details begin to come into gentle focus. Not because they demand attention, but because they sit quietly within your awareness, offering a sense of ease. A folded blanket rests nearby, its texture soft even before you touch it. It looks like it has been used many times, not worn out, but settled into comfort. The fabric holds its shape easily, as if it knows how to support warmth without effort. A lamp stands by the bed, already dimmed to a soothing glow. Its light is steady and calm, creating no sharp edges, no bright contrast. It feels dependable, the kind of light that doesn't interrupt rest, but quietly protects it. There may be a book resting on a table or shelf, not open, not marked, not asking to be read. It simply exists as part of the room, familiar in the way objects can be when they don't expect anything from you. Each item feels placed with care, yet without intention being obvious. Nothing appears decorative or arranged for appearance alone. Everything seems to belong here, for a reason you don't need to understand. As your eyes move slowly from one object to another, your body continues to soften. There is no mental cataloging, no naming, just quiet recognition, as if these things have been around you before, even if you can't remember when. The room does not feel empty, and it does not feel full. It feels complete, balanced, ready to hold rest without adding weight or distraction. And as you stand there, surrounded by these simple, familiar objects, a deeper trust settles in. This space knows how to be gentle. It knows how to hold quiet, and it is prepared to do so for as long as you need. In the sense of being expected, there is a subtle feeling in the room that's difficult to name, yet easy to recognize. It doesn't announce itself or ask for interpretation. It simply exists, resting quietly beneath the warmth and stillness of the cabin. You don't feel alone here, but you also don't feel watched. There is no presence to respond to, no awareness pulling at your attention. Instead, there is a gentle sense that this space was ready before you arrived. The bed, the light, the warmth, all of it feels settled in a way that suggests continuity, as though the cabin has been holding this calm steadily, without pause, and you have simply stepped into it. Your body responds with ease. A deep, unspoken permission seems to move through you, allowing muscles to soften even more. There is no need to stay alert, no reason to hold tension. This feeling does not come with expectation. You are not required to match it or live up to it. There is no sense of arrival being measured or acknowledged. The space does not change because you are here. It simply continues to be what it already was. Breathing remains slow and natural. Each breath settles easily, supported by the quiet atmosphere. There is no anticipation of what comes next, only a steady present moment. The cabin does not demand gratitude or recognition. It offers comfort without conditions, warmth without explanation. And in doing so, it allows you to accept that care without needing to justify it. As you stand there, held gently by this unspoken readiness, a calm understanding forms naturally. You don't need to earn rest here. You don't need to prepare for it. You are already welcome, exactly as you are, and nothing more is required. Evening settling. The light in the cabin begins to soften further, not because anything has changed suddenly, but because evening arrives quietly, the way it always does here. The glow from the fire becomes warmer, deeper, spreading across the room with a calm, steady presence. Outside the window, the sky darkens gradually. There is no sharp shift from day to night. Colors simply fade into gentler tones, allowing the world to rest without announcement. The snow continues to fall, just as softly as before. Inside, the cabin adjusts naturally. Shadows lengthen slightly, but they remain smooth and reassuring, never sharp or uncertain. The light rests easily on the walls and floor, creating a sense of enclosure and safety. Your body follows this change without effort. Energy settles lower, movements become slower, and even standing feels optional now. There is no need to mark the transition or acknowledge it consciously. The shift happens on its own. The warmth remains constant. There is no cooling as night approaches, no need to tend to the fire or adjust anything. The cabin holds its steady temperature, protecting you from the cold outside as reliably as before. Breathing stays calm and even. With each gentle inhale and exhale, your body seems to align more fully with the quiet rhythm of the space. There is no alertness left to maintain. As evening settles completely, the cabin feels even more like a place meant for rest, not because of any rule or routine, but because everything around you naturally supports slowing down. And in this softened light, with night arriving peacefully and warmth surrounding you, it becomes easier to let go of the day entirely, trusting that the cabin will continue to hold you safely through whatever comes next. The preparing for sleep without routine. There is no moment that signals it is time to sleep, no cue, no checklist, no familiar sequence to follow. Instead, the idea of rest arrives quietly, settling into the room the same way the evening light did, naturally, without instruction. You move only when it feels comfortable to do so. Perhaps you take a few slow steps, or pause where you are for a moment longer. There is no right pace here. The cabin does not expect a routine, and your body doesn't search for one. Small movements happen on their own. Your hands might smooth a blanket, or adjust the lamp slightly, or simply rest at your sides. Each motion feels complete, requiring no follow-up, no confirmation. The room remains calm regardless of what you do. Nothing becomes too bright or too dark. Nothing changes its tone. The cabin continues to hold the same steady warmth, the same quiet presence, allowing you to move or remain still without consequence. Your body begins to feel heavier in a gentle way, not tired in a sharp sense, but comfortably weighted, as if gravity has softened. Muscles no longer feel the need to hold you upright with effort. They know they will soon be supported. Breathing deepens again, without direction. Inhales come easily. Exhales lengthen on their own. There is no pattern to follow, no awareness required. Your body manages the transition with quiet confidence. Sleep is no longer a task ahead of you. It is simply an option that exists nearby, waiting patiently. You do not need to reach for it or prepare yourself for it. It will arrive when it is ready. And in this moment, free from routine, free from expectation, you are allowed to let the day fade completely, trusting that rest will come gently, just as everything else has here. As the bed that holds without adjustment. When you move toward the bed, it feels like the most natural place to go. There is no hesitation, no need to test or prepare it. The bed is simply there, ready in a quiet, dependable way. As you settle onto it, the surface responds gently. It supports your body evenly, without shifting or asking you to find the right position. Your weight is received fully, as though the bed has already learned how to hold you comfortably. The blankets rest lightly across you. They do not press down or trap warmth. Instead, they create a soft boundary, holding just enough heat to feel secure without becoming heavy. Your body relaxes further as the warmth spreads evenly. You do not need to adjust or reposition yourself. There is no searching for comfort here. The bed offers it immediately, allowing your muscles to release without effort. Your spine settles naturally, and your limbs rest where they fall. Your head finds the pillow easily. It supports your neck and shoulders in a way that feels familiar, steady, and unremarkable. The kind of comfort that doesn't draw attention to itself. Breathing remains slow and smooth. Each inhale feels easy. Each exhale carries away the last traces of tension, leaving your body quieter and more still. The bed does not encourage sleep or demand it. It simply holds you, allowing rest to happen when it is ready. There is no expectation to fall asleep quickly or deeply. Whatever happens next is acceptable. And as you rest there, fully supported and at ease, it becomes clear that nothing needs to be changed. Everything is already aligned for comfort, allowing you to remain exactly as you are, gently held in place. The firelight. through half-closed eyes. From the bed, the fire is no longer something you look at directly. Its presence reaches you instead through softened light, filtered by half-closed eyes and relaxed attention. The glow moves gently across the room, steady and unchanging. The light does not flicker sharply. It drifts slowly, creating a calm rhythm that feels predictable and safe. Your eyes do not need to follow it. They can rest, opening slightly, then closing again whenever they wish. Warmth continues to surround you evenly. The fire does not grow brighter or dimmer. It simply remains, doing its quiet work without interruption. Knowing this allows your body to relax even further. Your eyelids feel heavier now, but not in a way that asks anything of you. They lower naturally, lifting only when they want to, responding to comfort rather than effort. There is no need to keep them open or closed. Breathing becomes softer still. Each breath moves gently through your body, barely noticeable, smooth and unforced. The space between breaths feels calm and wide. The room holds its shape in your awareness for a moment longer. The bed beneath you, the warmth around you, the soft light nearby, all of it remains present without requiring attention. As your eyes rest more fully, the firelight fades into the background. It continues to glow, but you no longer need to see it clearly. Its steady presence is enough, offering quiet reassurance as your awareness begins to drift. And in this softened state, with light and warmth surrounding you, your body settles naturally into deeper rest, supported by the calm certainty that everything here will remain just as it is through the night. Snow falling without sound. Beyond the walls of the cabin, the snow continues to fall, though you no longer need to see it clearly to know it's there. It moves quietly through the night, each flake settling without impact, without urgency. The sound of the snow is almost imperceptible. There is no tapping, no brushing against the walls. It simply arrives and rests, adding to the stillness rather than interrupting it. Inside, you remain fully protected. The warmth does not change. The air does not shift. The gentle boundary between inside and outside holds firm, allowing the world beyond the cabin to exist peacefully at a distance. Your body feels heavier now, comfortably grounded in the bed. The blankets rise and fall faintly with your breathing, moving just enough to remind you that everything is steady and supported. Thoughts have grown softer, slower. If any appear, they drift through without shape or direction, dissolving before they can form into anything solid. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to follow. The snow continues its quiet work outside. It covers the ground evenly, smoothing edges, creating a calm, uninterrupted surface. The night accepts it without reaction. Inside the cabin, time feels even less defined. Moments stretch gently, blending together in a way that feels natural and safe. There is no awareness of how long you have been resting or how long you will continue to rest. And as the snow falls soundlessly through the night, you are free to drift further inward, held by warmth, quiet, and the deep assurance that everything beyond these walls remains calm and undemanding. Think slowing, naturally. Your breathing begins to slow in a way that feels effortless and unremarkable. There is no moment when you decide to breathe differently. It simply happens, guided by comfort and warmth rather than intention. Each inhale arrives gently, filling your chest without lifting it too high. Each exhale follows on its own, longer and softer, releasing quietly into the stillness of the room. The space between breaths feels calm and open, unhurried. Your body no longer needs to monitor this rhythm. Breathing takes care of itself, steady and reliable, just like the warmth in the cabin and the quiet fire nearby. Nothing asks for your attention. With every slow breath out, your muscles soften a little more. The weight of your arms sinks comfortably into the bed. Your legs rest fully supported, no longer holding any tension. Even your face feels smoother, at ease. There is a gentle sense of sinking, not downward, but inward, as though your body is settling more deeply into itself, finding a place where effort is no longer necessary. The room remains unchanged. The light, the warmth, the quiet, all continue exactly as before, offering the same steady reassurance. Nothing reacts to your breathing. Nothing depends on it. As awareness drifts further, breathing fades into the background. It becomes something you no longer notice, something that continues quietly while you rest. And in this slow, natural rhythm, with each breath carrying you deeper into comfort, your body understands that it is safe to let go completely, allowing rest to unfold in its own gentle time. Sleep. Coming in gentle layers. Sleep does not arrive all at once. It comes softly, in gentle layers, each one settling without asking permission. There is no clear moment when you cross from wakefulness into rest. Instead, the edges begin to blur in a calm, reassuring way. Awareness drifts in and out. Sometimes you notice the warmth of the blankets or the quiet presence of the room. Other times, everything feels distant and light, as if you are floating just beneath the surface of sleep. Your body accepts this movement easily. There is no effort to stay awake and no pressure to fall asleep. Both states are allowed to exist together for a while, overlapping gently. Thoughts lose their shape. They no longer form complete ideas or stories. They appear briefly, then dissolve, leaving behind only a sense of softness and ease. Nothing needs to be remembered. The bed continues to hold you steadily. It does not shift or respond to your drifting awareness. Its support remains constant, allowing your body to sink further with each passing moment. Breathing stays slow and quiet. It moves through you without interruption, matching the calm rhythm of the night. There is no difference between one breath and the next, only a smooth, continuous flow. Each layer of rest settles more deeply than the last. Your body becomes heavier, more still, while your mind grows lighter, less defined. The world narrows gently to warmth, quiet, and comfort. And as sleep continues to arrive in these soft, unhurried layers, you are free to drift as deeply as you wish, knowing knowing that the cabin will remain just as it is, holding you safely through every stage of rest. The cabin. Through the deep night. The night moves forward quietly, without marking its progress. Inside the cabin, everything remains steady and unchanged, as though time itself has decided to rest alongside you. The fire continues to burn, even if you no longer notice it. Its warmth stays consistent, spreading evenly through the room, holding the space in calm balance. There is no need to tend to it, no need to check. It simply continues, reliable and patient. The walls of the cabin stand firm and still. They do their quiet work of sheltering, keeping the cold and the distance of the outside world exactly where it belongs. Nothing presses in, nothing reaches through. Your body rests deeply now. Movement has slowed to its most natural rhythm. The rise and fall of your breathing is barely perceptible, gentle and unbroken. Muscles remain soft, supported fully by the bed beneath you. Awareness drifts further inward. There is no clear sense of where one moment ends and another begins. Sensations blend into one another, forming a continuous feeling of safety and ease. Outside, the night continues its slow passage. Snow settles, darkness holds, and the world remains calm and orderly without your attention. Everything beyond the cabin carries on exactly as it should. Inside, you are free from all of it. There is nothing to respond to, nothing to manage. The cabin holds the night for you, allowing you to rest without interruption. And as the deep night stretches on, steady and quiet, the cabin remains awake in the simplest way, maintaining warmth, shelter, and calm, so that you can remain fully at rest, drifting peacefully through the long, gentle hours of sleep. Of the world, holding itself together. Somewhere beyond the cabin, the world continues its quiet work. Not loudly, not urgently, just steadily, in the way it always has. Snow settles where it needs to settle. Night remains in place. Nothing asks for guidance or attention. Inside, your body rests without interruption. There is no awareness of effort, no sense of responsibility. Muscles remain loose and heavy, supported fully, as though the idea of holding yourself up has completely faded. Breathing continues on its own. Each breath arrives and leaves without being noticed, smooth and even. The space between breaths feels wide and calm, unoccupied by thought. You do not need to keep watch. You do not need to remain alert. The cabin stands firm, the walls steady, the warmth constant. Everything that needs to continue will do so without your involvement. Time passes, but it no longer feels linear. Moments stretch and soften, blending together into a continuous state of rest. There is no sense of missing anything or needing to return to awareness. The outside world remains exactly where it belongs, beyond the walls, contained and calm. Inside, the cabin holds you gently, maintaining its quiet balance through the night. Your body understands this deeply. It settles further, trusting completely. There is no need to wake, no need to check, no need to respond. And in this understanding that the world can hold itself together without you, Rest becomes effortless. You are free to remain here, suspended in warmth and stillness, carried gently through the night by the steady, unchanging presence of the cabin. The deep night continuation. The night deepens without becoming darker. It settles into itself, calm and complete, as though everything has found its place and no longer needs to move. Inside the cabin, nothing changes. The warmth remains even. The air stays gentle. The quiet continues to hold the space without interruption. There are no new sounds, no shifts that need noticing. Your body rests in a steady stillness. Breathing continues quietly, smooth and unbroken, carrying you deeper into comfort with each soft cycle. There is no awareness of where one breath ends and the next begins. Thoughts no longer form. If anything passes through awareness, it does so without shape or meaning, dissolving almost immediately. There is nothing to follow, nothing to return to. The bed supports you completely. It holds your body in the same balanced way, moment after moment, allowing rest to remain uninterrupted. Muscles stay relaxed, heavy in the most comfortable way. Outside, the night continues calmly. Snow rests where it has fallen. The world remains steady and orderly, moving forward without sound or urgency. Inside, the cabin keeps its quiet watch. Warmth, shelter, and stillness remain constant, offering the same gentle reassurance throughout the long night. There is no beginning or end to this moment, only a continuous sense of safety, of being held without effort, of rest unfolding naturally. And as the night carries on in this peaceful way, you remain free to drift as deeply as you wish, knowing that everything around you will continue exactly as it is, calm, warm, and steady, through every quiet hour until morning returns on its own. Of the same warm night, still ongoing, the night does not move toward an ending. It remains exactly as it is, steady, warm, and complete. Inside the cabin, nothing signals a change. There is no shift in light, no difference in sound, no reason for awareness to return. Warmth continues to hold the space evenly. It rests in the walls, the floor, the bed, and the air itself, surrounding you without variation. Nothing cools, nothing fades. The cabin keeps its quiet balance. Your body stays deeply at rest. Breathing moves gently, so soft it barely touches awareness. Muscles remain loose and supported, settled into a comfort that does not need adjustment. The fire continues in its calm way. Even if you are not aware of it, its presence remains steady, offering the same gentle reassurance it always has. Light and warmth persist without interruption. Outside, the night remains peaceful. Snow rests silently. Darkness holds without weight. The world beyond the cabin continues its quiet rhythm, contained and undemanding. Inside, you are free to remain exactly as you are. There is nothing to return to, nothing waiting for you. The cabin continues to hold everything together, allowing rest to remain uninterrupted. This moment does not need to move forward. It can repeat itself naturally, gently, without notice. The same warmth, the same quiet, the same steady sense of safety. And as the night continues, unchanged, unhurried, you remain held within it, resting deeply, comfortably, and securely, allowing sleep to flow on and on, carried by the calm certainty that nothing here requires your attention now or later. But the night, continuing, gently, the night carries on without marking its passage. Nothing signals that time has moved forward, and nothing suggests it should. The warmth remains steady, the quiet complete, as though the cabin has settled into a perfect, unchanging rhythm. Your body stays at rest, supported in the same gentle way. Breathing continues softly, each breath blending into the next. There is no beginning or end to the movement, only a calm, continuous flow. The space around you feels unchanged. The bed holds you as it did before. The air remains smooth and easy to breathe. The walls keep their quiet watch, maintaining the same sense of shelter and safety. Outside, the night remains peaceful. Snow rests where it has fallen. Darkness stays soft and unthreatening. The world beyond the cabin moves slowly, without sound, without urgency. Inside, awareness drifts comfortably. There is no need to notice anything in particular. Sensations fade into one another, forming a gentle background that supports deep rest. The cabin does not respond or react. It does not shift or adjust. It simply continues to be what it has always been, warm, steady, and dependable. And as this gentle continuation unfolds, you remain free to rest within it, knowing that the night can hold itself exactly as it is, allowing sleep to deepen and flow on naturally without interruption or effort. Rest without edges. Rest here has no clear edges. It does not begin or end in a way that needs noticing. It simply continues, smooth and uninterrupted, like the steady warmth that fills the cabin. Your body remains fully supported. There is no shifting, no need to find a new position. The bed holds you in the same balanced way, allowing muscles to stay loose and settled. Breathing moves quietly, almost unnoticed. The air stays calm and even. Each breath feels the same as the one before it, gentle, easy, and unremarkable. Nothing pulls awareness back. Nothing asks for attention. The cabin remains unchanged. Walls, floor, and ceiling keep their quiet presence, holding the space in a steady embrace. Light and warmth continue exactly as they have all night. Outside, the night rests alongside you. Snow lies still. Darkness remains soft. The world beyond the cabin moves slowly, without sound or urgency, needing nothing from you. Awareness drifts freely. Sometimes it feels distant, sometimes closer, but never sharp. There is no need to follow it or return to it. Everything feels allowed. This moment does not move forward. It gently repeats itself without repetition of thought or sensation. The same calm, the same safety, the same quiet comfort. And as rest continues without edges or effort, you remain held within this steady night, free to sleep as deeply and as long as you wish, supported by the unchanging warmth of the cabin, where nothing needs to happen, and nothing ever asks you to wake.